Hello, I am Tawanda Dofat, the president and CEO of Majestic Millionaires Travel Agency. And today I wanted to do this video because so many people have so many questions regarding the new CDC procedures and rules and regulations for travelers traveling internationally and returning back to the USA. On January the 12th, the CDC announced that anybody, whether you are from another country or whether you are a citizen of the United States, that if you are going to travel abroad, you must have a COVID-19 negative test 3 days prior to your boarding your flight to return back to the United States. I want to clear that up because a lot of people are asking me, does that apply to the U.S. citizens if you're just going to go to Jamaica, or if you're just going to go to Mexico and turn back around after 3 or 4 or 5 day vacation? Right now, that is absolutely true. If you are a U.S. citizen or not, in order to get back into the United States on January the 26th, you must have a negative COVID test performed in the country that you are traveling in order to board your flight. It will be the responsibility of the airlines to check your credentials. But I want to tell you guys this. Some of the resorts understand this new rule and they are scrambling right now to make sure they have testing on site, making sure that they have, relationships with labs so they won't lose their customer base. And then some people are opting to just not go at all because they're afraid that if they go over to a different country and they test positive, they won't be able to get back into the United States. And that's absolutely true. And I'll give you some different ways that you can look at that. The the resort that I'm going to be staying in next month in Mexico, they're offering a free COVID test for anyone that still feels comfortable with traveling. And then also, if you are asymptomatic, meaning that if you aren't showing any signs and you happen to test positive, they are offering you 10 free days to stay there in quarantine until you test negative so you can come back home. And I know this is a lot of information and a lot of people are nervous, a lot of people are scared. What I am suggesting is if you are that person that really wants to continue to go on your journey and on your trip, I'm suggesting that you take a COVID test 3 days before you depart. And most places they're absolutely free if you have insurance and even if you do not. In this way, before you leave to go to another country, if you just must go, like the type of person that I am, you will know that you have not gone there testing positive for COVID. Because when you get there, after a couple of days, you'll need the COVID test to return. So be proactive and make sure that you are protecting yourself a week or two prior to travel. And when you are on travel, make sure you're not, conversating with people you do not know, because you can make sure you do not contact COVID by hanging with people you do not know, traveling with people you do not know, going into environments that you do not know. Some of you still have to travel internationally, not even just for a vacation, but to see your loved ones. Someone may be sick. So this information will really, really help you. Also, if you're going to Hawaii, nothing has changed for Hawaii. You still have to get a COVID test 3 days before you depart from one of their recommended places. If you go on Hawaii's website, the government site, they will show you a list of the places that you will need to get your COVID test. So nothing has changed for Hawaii, and Hawaii is in the United States. So they're not talking about Hawaii for the new rules for January the 26th. Also, I want to say, before you decide to jump on a plane and travel internationally, make sure you have reached out to your travel agent or the travel agency that you are booking with so they can reach out to the hotel, the resort, or that chain that you are booking your trip with to find out, is the test going to be readily available? Will you be able to get it back in 72 hours? And what will happen if you cannot? So I've already checked out the places that, most of my travelers are going. And we are fortunate that the 5-star locations that we have picked are offering a free COVID test, and they are making accommodations for, certain things and certain, questions that people may have. There is also a chance that this information can change. With anything, when a new rule is set out, it takes many turns. So just because the rule right now states that on January the 26th, everyone traveling back into the United States must have a negative COVID test, on the 26th, be mindful that those rules can change. So before you jump on a flight, make sure you are calling the airlines, make sure you're reaching out to the resort. But if you have a travel agency or a travel agent, they should be the ones that are, taking the lead on that and making sure that you know everything as a customer to make sure you are protected. And for those of you that don't feel comfortable with traveling, we certainly understand that. I hope whoever you book with, they understand that, because we value your business, your health, your wealth, we want to make sure that we're here and you're here when we get to the other side. So for those of you, like I said, that are still going to travel, make sure you are checking out everything that you need to check out. And make sure you have someone that's, up on the actual changes minute by minute. I haven't really been able to sleep for the last couple of days because I've been researching, I've been checking out everything, I've been making sure what's going to happen with the trips that are still scheduled. And I want you guys to know that if for some reason something changes between now and the 26th of January, I will be putting that information out. I'm only using this information for maybe up until February or March, because with anything, you have to stay open-minded because things can change. If you are booked on a trip that's going to happen in May, June, July, and August, this information right now is irrelevant to you. Of course, keep it in the back of your mind, but many months from now, again, things will be changing, just like this situation has changed and has been trusted upon us at this present time. So I'm here for you all. I'm going to make sure you are informed. I want to make sure that you know everything. And I'm going to give you an example. If you're going to Mexico and you are only there for 4 days and you still want to go, I would suggest, this is my suggestion only, if you still want to go, I would suggest that you get a COVID test again before you leave. This way, you know that you don't have COVID-19 before you jump on someone's flight, before you go and take your family and your friends to another country. Because once you get over there and you test positive, some people will be like, oh, well, they're not going to deny me access to come back into the United States. We don't know that. We won't know that until January the 26th, when the new rule takes effect. So don't take any chances. If you are traveling because of business and you must travel, or you are, like I said, that type of person that has put so much into your trip and you know you are going to stay safe, I would suggest that at least 7 to 10 days prior to your travel, that you stay in the house. You don't go to the grocery store. You don't get your hair and your nails done. That you stay quarantined in your house by yourself so you know that you have been protected. And this way you won't affect others as well, because it's not all about you. It's about the community. It's about other people in your family, other people that will be traveling with you. And let me see if there's anyone that has any questions that I can answer, because I can't really see right now on here. Okay. Hey, Brenda Melvin, thank you so much for jumping on and watching the video. And I don't really know what else I can share with you all, but I'm excited because I am traveling, and the place I'm going to is offering a free COVID test. And if someone tests positive, they're going to get to stay there for free. But we're praying to God that that's not going to happen. And for those of you, I want to make this really, really clear. For those of you that are scared to travel, don't travel. Do not listen to what anyone else says. You have to feel comfortable with what you do. You don't listen to me. You don't listen to what's on TV. You have to go by what's in your heart. You have to travel with confidence and make sure you know that you are going to be safe. There are things that you have to do right now, and you're not traveling internationally, that you should be doing anyway to stay safe, like washing your hands, wearing a mask, social distancing. If you are doing all of those things now and you're going to travel, make sure you continue to do those things. And whether you're traveling or not and you're watching this video, if you're not doing those things, you should start, wearing your mask everywhere you go, washing your hands, sometimes even wearing gloves, because we all want to get through this together. We all want to get to the other side. We all want to keep our businesses. We all want to, stay alive, because that's the goal. It's not even really about traveling. It's not even about getting back into the United States. It's about staying alive. It's about, making sure we stay safe, making sure our families stay safe, And thank you, Mary, for jumping on, Thank you. Happy New Year to everyone that is jumping on that I haven't said Happy New Year to this year in 2021. But 2021 is going to be something like never before. And let me share with you all, not even the travelers, you are going to experience COVID for many years to come. So I want you guys to realize that whether you're going on a trip, whether you're going to the grocery store, whether you're going to get your hair done or your nails done, you have to get ready and get your mindset wrapped around that COVID is here and we are going to be living with it for a very long time. Even with the vaccines, even with people that already caught the COVID and have recovered. And I'll talk about that too. I'm glad I said that, because if you're going out of the country and you have already had COVID within the last 90 days, you do not need a test to come back to the United States if you are traveling internationally. All you need to do is have a note from your doctor that states that you had COVID, you were tested positive for COVID, and you have now recovered. So if that is you, you don't have to worry about the new rule that's going to take place on January the 26th. You can travel freely, but still stay protected. Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, and you can go to any country with your document from your doctor and be able to get back on your flight and come back to the United States. So those of you that already have COVID and would like to travel, you don't have to worry about getting stuck in another country. There you have it for that. But like I said, we're going to be living with this for a very long time. So I want us all, and I'm going to keep sharing this, I want us all to stay safe. I want to be able to get to a point where I'm not talking on a video screen. I am talking in front of my family, my friends, my customers. We are sharing cocktails again. We are, going to spa retreats, laughing in jacuzzis and, not wearing the facial mask. But in order for us to get there, we have to be open-minded to the rules that they are putting in place for us to stay safe. And keep in mind, they're not saying that you can't travel, that you shouldn't go. Well, some of them are saying you shouldn't go, but they're not saying that you can't go. They're just saying that in order for us to keep everyone else here in America safe, those are the procedures. And I want to say this. United States has some of the highest numbers in all of the countries. Some of the countries that you're going to visit are safer than United States. So you have to keep that in mind as well. United States is saying they don't want anyone to come over here, but some of the countries don't want us to go over there either because our numbers, we are the land of the free. And sometimes most of the times that's a great thing, but sometimes it's not great because we are not prone to rules and we don't like to follow rules. We don't like to do what is necessary as a whole to get this pandemic under control because we live in America and America is the land of the free and we get to kind of do what we want, right? So I want everyone, I'm going to close with this. I want everyone to feel safe, whether you're staying at home or whether you're traveling, whether you're going to the grocery store or whether you're going to get your hair done. We all must do the same thing. We must protect ourselves and protect others. We must social distance. We must wash our hands. We must wear our face mask. And we must end with this. We must all pray that this will end sooner than later. But until then, I am Tawanda Dofat. I am the president and CEO of Majestic Millionaires Travel Agency. And if you guys have any additional questions that are private, make sure you reach out to me. Our email is traveldesk.mm@gmail.com. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.